Jehovah's Witnesses win in Norwegian appeal, an examination of the legal battle and its far-reaching implications. In a landmark decision, the Borgarting Court of Appeal in Norway has ruled in favor of Jehovah's Witnesses, overturning previous governmental actions that had revoked their registration as a recognized religious community and halted state subsidies. This verdict not only reinstates their legal status but also restores their eligibility for government funding, sparking extensive discussions on the delicate balance between safeguarding religious freedom and protecting individual rights within religious organizations. Chronology of the legal dispute. The controversy dates back to 2021, when Norwegian authorities initiated an investigation into Jehovah's Witnesses, focusing on their practice of shunning or disfellowshipping members who choose to leave or are expelled due to doctrinal disagreements or perceived misconduct. Critics argued that this practice exerts undue social pressure, effectively infringing on individuals' freedom to withdraw from the organization without facing severe social repercussions. Consequently, in 2022, the county governor of Oslo and Viken revoked the organization's registration as a religious community and ceased state subsidies, citing violations of individual rights and concerns over social control mechanisms within the group. Jehovah's Witnesses challenged this decision, asserting that the government's actions constituted an infringement on their religious freedom. The Oslo District Court initially upheld the government's stance in March 2024, maintaining the revocation of legal registration and the cessation of state subsidies. Undeterred, Jehovah's Witnesses appealed this ruling, leading to the recent decision by the Borgarting Court of Appeal. Analysis of the appeal court's decision. The Borgarting Court of Appeal's ruling marks a pivotal turn in this legal saga. The appellate court concluded that the state's actions were disproportionate, emphasizing that internal disciplinary practices, such as shunning, fall within the domain of religious autonomy. While acknowledging the potential social hardships faced by individuals who leave the organization, the court determined that these consequences did not amount to sufficient undue pressure that would justify state intervention. This perspective underscores a judicial inclination to protect religious autonomy, even when certain practices within a religious community are contentious. Implications of the ruling. The court's decision reinstates Jehovah's Witnesses' status as a registered religious community in Norway, thereby restoring their eligibility for state subsidies. This outcome has been met with mixed reactions. Supporters view it as a reaffirmation of religious freedom, while critics, including human rights advocates and former members, express concern that the practice of shunning can lead to significant psychological and social harm, particularly affecting family dynamics and individual well-being. They argue that the ruling dismisses the reality that emotional and psychological manipulation can be just as coercive as physical force. Potential next steps and broader implications. The Norwegian government now faces a critical decision: whether to accept the appellate court's ruling or to escalate the matter to the Supreme Court. An appeal to the Supreme Court could result in a landmark decision clarifying the extent to which the state can regulate internal practices of religious organizations, especially when such practices intersect with individual rights and societal norms. As of now, there has been no official statement from the government regarding their intended course of action. This case has garnered international attention, highlighting the complex interplay between safeguarding religious freedom and protecting individual rights within religious communities. The outcome may set a significant precedent for how similar issues are addressed in the future, both within Norway and globally. As the situation develops, it will be essential to monitor the responses from both the government and civil society to understand the broader implications of this ruling. Conclusion. The legal proceedings involving Jehovah's Witnesses in Norway underscore the challenges inherent in balancing religious autonomy with the protection of individual rights. The recent appellate court ruling favors religious freedom, yet it raises critical questions about the state's role in addressing practices within religious organizations that may harm individuals. The forthcoming decisions by the Norwegian government and potential higher court rulings will be pivotal in shaping the future landscape of religious freedom and individual rights, not only in Norway but also in the broader international context.